Hello, everybody. Welcome to Inner Lately. I am Beth Lynch, your host, intuitive, medium, mother, friend, sister. I get a lot of titles. Some I can't put on air. Anyways, welcome to the show. I'm here with Christine, my co-host, Christine Legat. Medium, mother, friend, sister. You got a lot of titles, all of too. That. And Tiffany, our Lake to Lake girl.
Hi.
Producer, director, soccer player. Yeah. And a few names that we can't say on air either. Kidding. So anyway, welcome to the show, everyone. I think we're going to have an emotionally charged show tonight, pretty much. I felt... we kind of changed the theme of the show to kids and coping. I had a lot of sessions this week that I think called for this understanding. If you do want to call into the show, the number is 315-712-0104. 315-712-0104. Obviously, I will channel, do whatever, let the spirit world speak. And also, get the kids. Folks, get your kids, let them tune in. We're going to do some meditating. Just talk about coping with emotional things, situations, things they deal with. Also about, there's some things on the news I'd like to tap into that are going to tie into this, a little extreme, but it's definitely, I think, something that should be addressed and help us understand what's going on energetically with the kids. With all ages. I mean, from babies to adults, I guess that's where the theme's going to go. But anyways, let's just begin with a nice deep breath. I think we're almost at a full moon, so, I don't know my moon phase is too good, but it's pretty emotional out there, and I know everyone's feeling it, and... Well, I just came off my birthday weekend, so maybe that's the problem.
Yeah, happy birthday. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you. 29 and holding.
29, that's
good.
Right. We're all 29.
Yeah, we're all 29. It's good. All the girls in the station are 29. I like that. So let's just take a deep breath. If you're listening and you can close your eyes safely, go right ahead. And just really follow your breath up. And as you breathe and exhale... just drop your shoulders, drop your chin a little. Release your fingers. We tend to clench our hands, hold energy tight. Another deep breath in. And one more, and come up behind your eyes this time with the breath. And just relax around your eyes and your temples and your forehead. Release. Back to the shoulders. Just exhale right through the hands and fingers. Just let them relax. And just be aware of that simple few moments, a little shift in how you feel, slowing down. It's real. It works. I don't know if anyone got to listen to my podcast today. I want to grab the book real quick. Sanjay C. Patel. Amazing man. Amazing energy. His book is awesome. God is real. I was so blessed to have him on the show. And that is my podcast that's on in the afternoon on Tuesdays at 4 p.m. And he just really talks about the understanding of God and what is God. And, I was telling him a story about how my son at 3 years old actually said I was doing what I would call our little prayer time, and it definitely was, I would say, the first time I verbalized God, the word, clearly to him. I'm going to cough. Excuse me. One night we don't have water. We said that in the car, too. And no, I usually bring it, too. We're usually double dosed, but tonight we're actually on 0. So that coffee's going to look good in a minute there, Tiff. No. And so he had said, when I said God and he's listening to your prayers, he said, I said he, And at 3 years old, he said, closed his eyes, "Mommy, God is not a he." And I said, "What is God?" And then he closed his eyes and took a deep breath and just sighed and said, God is a feeling, Mommy." Oh, my gosh. Well, when I told Sanjay that today, he was quite, Now, the children are tapped into this true divine nature of who they are. Whether they're 3 months old, 3 weeks old, 3 days old, 3 years, we are, and we have to get back to the true understanding of who we are. If we want to use the word God, we want to use the word divine, we want to use the word Buddha. This is what Inner Lately is about, going in, so life, death, and everything in between. And the thing that we're seeing and how it ties in with coping, basically, is that it is in that source of understanding and oneness of who we truly are, the inner being of who we are. We have the strength to cope. So we need to get ourselves back. We need to get our kids back. This is through their creativity. This is through their expression of their creativity. This is through nature outside. It affects how they choose to eat, how they sleep. There's so many things. Speaking of, do you ever go on Facebook and see what time some of those posts are? Yeah. Just saying. I think I won't get into personal stuff. But I caught it once at an hour that I was not happy with, and I called it right then.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. They send them upstairs to their room, and they think they're studying or going to sleep, but they're
when we were kids, the worst thing you had to worry about is that we were trying to, read something at that hour, like a book, and I'm right under the covers.
Yeah, covers.
Now they're socially hanging out and doing all these things. And no one's here to say it's wrong. It's the evolution of who we are as a species. We've gone into different things, different technologies, and, that's going to happen. But, the kids have kind of, I have to say, just by what I see, they're reaching out to understand who they are. This is a big question, and I think it would be very helpful if parents would just maybe look at their kid and say, do you want to discuss who you are or what you believe in, or what, is it faith, is it spirit, is it energy, is it, because this is going to help them. And sometimes you got to take a look in the mirror and see what you're projecting out. There's people dealing with anxiety in droves right now. I am in awe in sessions. How many people will say, "Oh, yeah, I get anxiety all the time." Yeah. Hello? That's not a natural thing. Don't accept that. And you've been saying that for how long?
Yeah.
I get it all the time. You're giving it permission to be there. Law of attraction, energy 101. What you think, what you feel, creates the conditions around you and all that's coming or not. So you have to tune in to who you are. You have to go in, and you have to be in tune with that part of yourself. That's your heart. And a lot of people say, well, how do you get there? An act of self-love a day to keep the doctor away. No offense, doctors. We love them. We go. But it is true. An act of self-love a day can shift your frequency, raise your immune system, help your nervous system, help you cope. Cope. We can cope. So, where do I want to go with this? There's a lot of places. Watching the TV today was kind of sad. We're watching, what's his name? That Assad, Alexis, am I saying the name right? The guy who went on the little shooting spree. And all over the news today, now he was an adult male. He was in the military or in some kind of form of the military. I don't know exactly. And they said that he'd been hearing the voices and having thoughts. But most people were saying that wasn't like him. He wasn't really like that. So it comes into the discussion of his mental health. And, of course, they raised the question on the news about, the medications. So we all know that I respect what it has to be used for. But according to what the spirit world has taught me, it is a very overused and misused tool. So all you got to do is look around at these TV shows, at these young artists, these creative people, the news. They're separating from their true divine nature, is what the spirit world says. And when they're in that space, they are out of body. And when they're out of body, they are completely separate from source or divine or God or oneness, truth, and there are acts that are done in that space, and sometimes they're done to themselves, sometimes they're doing what we see on TV today. They're acting out. So, it's a very sensitive subject, but it's touching us personally, socially, globally. They're reaching out. We need to do something about this. I'm open to some comments out there. If anyone wants to call in at 315-712-0104, let us know your thoughts on this. Are we taking away the coping skills of our kids? Do we have to stop and reflect and think there has to be a better way? I tweeted Diane Sawyer, but I don't know if she's going to tweet me back. I tweet everybody on that issue because you know what? It's one beautiful creative person after the next. We could even watch Britney Spears there, when she got all buzzed out. She was, it was written. She was on it since she was like 7 or 8. I shouldn't say it, quote that right, but it was it was in articles. I read it, and I was just waiting to see it. She was just out of alignment. She was a creative force. These kids visualize themselves making it there. They all say it. Do you ever listen to them? I used to be in my room and see myself. They manifested that.
Right.
They're a species that are so creative. It is above and beyond what where we've ever been, I think. These prodigies, these, savants, and they have the ability to be so creative, and yet there's still this suppression because emotionally, they're there creatively, but emotionally they're still children. Right. So when they get overwhelmed by the pressures of some of their expression, there's something has to be done with that. There has to the people guiding them and leading them have to find that balance for them. The adults do. So that's talking on any level, whether it's your child in your home, you got your, wherever. It doesn't matter. There has to be a balance. These kids need and deserve to understand the truth of who they are, and they deserve to express themselves creatively, But how else are they going to do it? You can't suppress the other part of it, the coping part of the emotionals and the pressures that go along with things like that, because we are wired to cope with it, and I truly believe that. And yes, maybe there are lines that need to be drawn in certain things on that level, obviously, when we're talking these. Look at the little Amanda Bynes. Crushed me. When the media would laugh at her and mock her, I just wanted to go through the TV or wherever I was reading it, because she is clearly a victim of the anti-epidemic separation. Acting bizarre, completely. But now you're not hearing anything because her parents got control or whatever, the right to manage her. And, I'm sure they're trying to get her help. And, there's every case is different. That little Corey that on Glee, I know everybody was touched by that because he was a very creative and that show was very popular. And, that was sad, and he, again,
it was also the peer pressure of everybody being put out in the public, and they still are just children. Yeah, they are. They're young. A lot of them are very young when they start, So I don't know. We need to reflect, but who are, we are ones that can reflect only into our own walls and where we are, or is someone, reaching out. So again, a very sensitive subject, but I think our kids are smarter than we give them credit for. They're more emotionally charged than we really get, sensitive. And they have these real emotions, and they don't know where to put them sometimes. So we are the ones that will teach them that, and to the best of our ability. But how do we know, the point of spirit, speaking, and the kids that have talked to me in the spirit world, as I look in their parents' eyes and have to say that this could be an anti-depressant or anti-anxiety or anti-this separation from, an out-of-body, suicide, because that's a lot of the issues that I've dealt with as far. And it's on the website. It's in the article under thoughts, and it's pretty clearly there. And I really encourage everybody to read it that feels touched by this or wants to understand it more, because it really, the kids in the spirit world have spoken on it to me for over 10 years. And if I can get it, I don't see why people with writing on on these little white pads, prescriptions,
just this small dose.
Yeah. Well,
it is affecting the kids. I lived the experience once 20 years ago, and nobody knew what it was then. And I lived the out-of-body. I watched myself walk across an apartment. I watched myself. I heard a voice say to do exactly that. And I had the means to do it in the apartment at that point. And, I started praying, and I just said, and I was given that going to the ER. I probably should put the story out there. Going to the ER I had my first anxiety attack ever. I was living in California. I was trying to decide if I should move back to Florida. Where am I now? New York?
Yeah.
Where the heck am I? Silly lady. All the places I've been. And I was in that. I never had that experience. I was hyperventilating, and I went to the ER because I couldn't breathe. And they said, take this, and 1 in the morning, 1 at night for a week. Okay. And so I did, and I remember I didn't like how I felt. By the time I had the third one in me, I felt weird, and I said to my girlfriend, I felt weird. I feel like I'm not in my body or something. And then I proceeded not to take it the next day. So I'd probably had 3 or 4 in me by the time I didn't take it. And that's, like within that 12-hour span is when I went, whoa, and heard the voice and, called my friend and said, get down here and get this out of my apartment, because guess what? I'm having these strange voices here telling me to do something I do not want to do. And I talked back to the voice. And I did do the prayer. I said a prayer 3 times, which would raise frequency, which I didn't know back then. And so when I raised my frequency, I started to separate from what was going on. And then by then, my girlfriend came back in and said, what's happening? And I told her, and she goes, what did happen when you went to the ER? And I told her, and it was in the garbage can. And she said, you can't just stop. So I respect that we have to really do these things and do this with supervision when you want to withdraw and things. So obviously we've gone into the subject of the antis very strongly here. Wasn't sure we were going to go there tonight, but we are. Knew we were going to tap it, but and so I've lived it.
Yeah.
And I think now when I look back, when I started doing the channeling and I started getting all these young people telling me the same thing in front of their parents, in front of their spouses, in front of whoever, wow, I did this. Yeah. So maybe I had to go through that, and I was, blessed to move through it. Because nobody would have known why I did it if I had done that back then. Nobody would have. They probably would have wondered, what in the heck was she going through that she was so bad?
Yeah.
I've heard that in many of the channelings. So they are speaking about it, and it is on the website, innerlightteaching.com, and it is under thoughts, and it clearly states the anti-article. So I really do hope it helps people, and anyone can anytime send me questions or comments on it. I will gladly take them and respect them. So if we have any questions on this, it's 315-712-0104.
Or the Facebook page.
Yep.
Or the Facebook page, yes. The Inner Lately Facebook page?
And I actually have been putting out there that they can also text me as well, and I have a text.
Okay, good.
A caller asks, or a texter asks, how do you know when someone is just per se depressed and then maybe a chemical imbalance? What is the difference between that and then medication needed, meditation needed? What is...
Such a fine line. The chemical imbalance, and I definitely respect this, is sometimes the medication can kick them into a chemical imbalance. But if it's happening prior, I'm not a doctor, and I can only go based upon what these kids and young adults have told me in the spirit world and what the medication is doing. But I think that if you try something else. Usually nobody just runs and gets somebody on medication right away. There is always this little, what are we going to do? Let's try this. So try meditation. What does it hurt? Even today, my guest on the other show, Sanjay C. Patel, was saying about your true divine nature is such an important creative source for us. And if we tap it, 99% of the people wouldn't go into depression. Most people are depressed because they're not in tune with their true divine nature. And, even when they say, well, it's genetic, it runs in my family. Well, when you're raised in an energy, you become the energy. Right. And if you're never given the tools to know how to heal the energy, which is raise the frequency, then you're going to drop into it. And some cases use it as an excuse. Ouch. Nobody's going to want to hear that one. But it's true, And so, we can only, as adults, know our line when to cross it. And, I've seen people come into my office for a meditation or a channeling, and there's 9 different meds in their body. That's a ping pong ball. Mm-hmm. You don't know if you're up, down, what frequency you're in. Everything's frequency. Medicine is frequency. Your thoughts are frequency. Your emotions are frequency. There's frequency running in walls and energy held in walls. That's why people see spirits. Got an article on that too, but I get a lot of calls on that. I know you get a lot of questions too, Christine, on the kids are seeing the spirits, because energy is all around us and we are energy. So let's start paying attention to what the energy is trying to help us with. Because when we are in low frequency, we can attract and magnetically open to lower frequency places. Opens up a whole nother show, doesn't it? I mean, it's there. And so when we're in our true divine nature, and that's as simple as being happy. It is being self-confident. It is knowing how to go to that center. I have that website on my website, that meditation, the Silent Center. For kids, it's for all ages. When you learn how to go to that center, you're going to be raising your frequency every single day. That doesn't mean about being perfect frequency and perfect thinking. You're disciplining how you think. You're a thinking, feeling being. Quit saying you can't stop thinking, or you're the chair. With this funky camera in front of me with these legs on it.
Yeah, peanut butter cup lenses.
And what's his name's movie there? Men in Black movie. That's what it feels like. Speaking of him, look at his son, all the flack his son took. Jaden Smith there.
Yeah.
I'm saying shout out to Jaden Smith right now on Twitter, because I liked what he said. Yeah. He was saying that school isn't working. Now, he did say drop out. Nobody should drop out. But the system has to change. These kids need a class in understanding their spirituality. What's everybody afraid of the word for? Yeah. Embrace all religious beliefs as one, right. And understanding. It's okay to believe in that. It's okay to believe in that.
They have study groups. If the kids feel, they're not going to do well on a test, they have study groups and whatnot. But then it doesn't matter how much they study. Once they get into the testing room, they get anxiety. So they need coping.
We're all raising
exactly.
Our hand here.
And how many times do you hear, well, they do well in class, but then their test scores, they need coping skills and how to deal with the anxiety of just taking the test. It doesn't matter how much they study, because you could study for months and then it goes all out the door when the anxiety kicks
and there's
in.
Titles for that, but we're not going to say any letters.
And that, so hence why how about, they have study groups and study halls. How about a meditation group?
Yeah. God, they have them in airports now, for goodness sake. Meditation rooms in airports. Why can't we have them in our schools?
Right. And calm down. It's funny when you mentioned...
Is the Board of Education watching Inner lately?
Yeah, It's funny when you mentioned earlier in meditation, how we clench our fists or tighten our hands. And it reminded me, rest in peace, of my elementary school principal, Miss Swarthout McClure. Shout out to Mrs. Swarthout McClure. In spirit world, but and this is now kindergarten, okay, but I remember back in the day going, it was like a study hall in the cafeteria, and she all told us how to hold a pencil. And we all pretended like we were taking a test. And she came up behind us and she grabbed the pencil out from, and she said, and sometimes the pencil wouldn't go because we would be holding it so tight because we thought we were taking a test. She says, you see how tight you're holding that pencil? She says, relax, right? Relax, stop clenching your fists and relax. And so then she comes up behind you again and she grabs the pencil when you least expect it, and she can pull it out of your hand. That means you're relaxed. You're calm.
I like her.
Yeah.
Love you.
And that was, I'm not going to say what year, 1975, but whatever.
It was a very good year.
It was in kindergarten, and, but I remember that. And that was a tool that she used to show us to relax and not be so tense for a test. And that was a form of meditation way back then.
Yeah, look at that.
Think about it, and isn't it funny? She came to me right during the meditation. So.
She's listening, I'm telling you. She's in the house. Spirits are in the house. Yeah. If anyone wants to call in with a question or a comment on our very sensitively, emotionally charged subject tonight. 315-712-0104, or you can go to the Inner Lately page on Facebook, like us, and you can send us a question or thought through there. So that little Smith kid, they're blessed to have this different way of, being able to go into their education, but he was just trying to say that it isn't working. And he's seeing it. He's creative. He's, he's expressing, and, we can pick apart a lot of things maybe about it, but really he's stating a fact. I think that we're seeing that there are some things that just aren't going to work, and we need to either add to our programs, like you said, a meditation room, a room where the kids can go. There has to be silence. Maybe some nice music
to the kids.
Channeled through it, but and a place to go.
Kids.
Listen,
these adults are taking over. Listen to the kids.
And me and you both have worked with groups of kids. I know I did meditation for the cheerleaders last year, and there were like 40 of them walking in with,
little attitudes,
and they do. They're young, young, cute. These girls, and they were walking in, and probably half of them didn't want to be there, if not more. Yeah. And then I had a few say, "Hi, I came to your meditation with my mother once," and and so they knew. But they were all knocked out. Yep. By the time I did simple breathing, and they were laying across. I still got the picture. They're laying on the pads in the gym, all knocked out. And I remember when I was bringing them back, they were like, whoa, and wow, I saw purple, and what was that? And gosh, I'm so relaxed, and what time is it? And because they are aligned to that frequency of their true divine nature. Let's not be afraid of these words. Purple's the third eye. It's when the eye is open, the higher perception of life, of who you are. And then you see that in others. So you want to get rid of bullying? This is how we get rid of bullying. It leads us right into one thing after the other. You get people tuned into understanding. If you can bully, then you know what? If you can't feel the pain of another and you got your own pain, you're going to choose to lash it out on someone else. You got to stop it somewhere. Yeah. It's got to stop somewhere. This will tap every single social issue there is when you truly align to who you are and just be an understanding of who we are as spiritual and human beings. I mean, come on. Oh, my Lord, I got so much I want to say on it. But I think I think it's time for a little meditation. I think I need one, so we're going to do one because I said so. And then we're going to do some shout-outs. So maybe somebody will get some guts and call in or write in with a question. But honestly, everything's confidential, and your voice won't sound the same over the thing, so don't hold back. Or tweet in, or not tweet in. We don't have we did it. Facebook, Inner Lately. 315-712-0104 is our number. But let's just take a nice deep breath again. So everyone, listeners, take a deep breath. Close your eyes if you can. Come back to the breath. Make it a little deeper. And as you breathe up, relaxing around your eyes, your forehead, your crown. Just flow down through your cheekbones, giving them permission to relax. And coming down into the muscles of the neck, the throat. Down over your shoulders, and just drop your arms, your hands, fingers, and fingertips. Deep breath in. And back to your shoulders, and exhale down into the torso. Right down through the core. As though you're rolling down your spine. As you get to the legs, flow down into the muscles of the legs. And out through the soles of your feet. Another deep breath in, and just do that again a little faster. And now come back to the light of your heart. Maybe you'll see it, feel, or just simply know it's there. A golden flame. And this flame, this golden light, begins to swirl in the heart. Breathe slowly and let the spiral of light slow down. And come up behind the eyes with that light, like a ray of light. And it too will spiral behind the eyes. Slow it down. Come back to the heart. Slow breath in, connect to your spiral. And then bring the spiral of light down like a ray of light to the center of your torso. And again, let this spiral in the center. See, feel, or just know you are connected to this. In the light of your heart, just imagine a nice deep breath and a smile. And be aware of your breath and how it slowed a little. Just look at your body. Feel a calmness, awareness. And open your eyes when you're ready. Do I have to talk? No. Isn't it called dead air on air? Nobody likes dead air, right?
But your meditation.
Yeah.
Your voice is relaxing.
Oh, well, I'm so glad it is. The thing about doing that, and that's a meditation I call the IIT, actually. I didn't plan on doing that tonight, but that's an activation of your heart, your divine eye or third eye, and your power center. And the IIT is called the Intuitive Intellectual Transformation, and it's on my website. I didn't really, plan on doing that tonight, but that was like a little quickie version. And I think if you just, be aware how simple it is to go in and activate your energy doorways to help align you. It helps your nervous system. It helps your immune system. It helps you digest. It helps everything and so much more. So carry the IIT with you, or the little meditation, heart chakra meditation, heart light. Pretty simple. Meditation, again, is just mediation between, the mind, heart, and soul. The body just reaps the benefits. So I'm going to let Chrissy take it over for some shout-outs. If you want some shout-outs on Inner Lately, Facebook us.
Yes. Yeah, we have
email us.
We actually have a group called Inner Lately right on Facebook. So if they want to join our group, go ahead, and you can always post questions in there. I have a few shout-outs of events that are coming up this month and even next month, but the tickets are available for all of them. September 28th, we have the Lunatics Pig Roast at the Beef and Brew, and for $12, it's all you can eat. Yours truly will be doing tarot card readings. And I think this Lunatic, this is the local roller derby team.
Yeah, what's up with them? Where are they going to roller? I want to see them.
Well, they've been doing bouts, but I don't think they have a local place.
Well, where's that roller drum? Don't we have a Geneva roller drum?
Sure.
Come on, we need the Lunatics there.
I know. I think that would bring
that place watching it.
We should get that going and beef that up. But for some reason, they travel a lot, but they do some local, like maybe Ithaca's the closest. I think,
they need
Lions,
to be here. I love the name, Lunatics.
And so but it's just a group of girls that, talk about roller derby. That's a good way of getting a little aggression out.
Yeah.
And
taking members always, too.
Yes, they are. They're always taking members. You can try out for them. But they need to raise some funds to do their traveling and to get this going. Once, it's out there, maybe they will be able to do it at the Geneva Roller Drum. But it's $12 all you can eat. And it is a pig roast, and there is live music. And that should be fun. That's September 28th.
September 28th?
Yep.
Where again? I'm sorry.
It's at the Beef and Brew, and the tickets are on sale now.
Remind me.
Yes, I will, yeah. And so the tickets are on sale now at the Beef and Brew, and there will be 15 at the door, I do believe. And then October 19th is the Sons of Italy BT's 12th annual Halloween Bash, and I love working this event every year. It's always fun to see everybody in their costumes, and let's see, what were you last year? You were a ref.
I was the bad.
A referee.
I was kind of the bad boy ref. Yeah,
like you were the
replacement ref. I was
a replacement ref.
Yes, and we had some Dallas Cowboy and his cheerleader there. You know who you are if you're listening.
Yes.
And we just had a blast taking pictures with that. There was a few refs though.
Yes, but there was. There was a blind one.
I was a little punked out. And, I was a punked out one. Badass chick.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what. I'm not going to tell what my costume is, but I'm already working on mine. So I'm hoping to be in that nomination there. Wait till I'll give you a little secret, but not on the air.
All right.
But that is October 19th. That's October 19th. Tickets are on sale at the Sons of Italy. Also, if you know me, I have tickets for sale if you want to purchase them from me. It's $5 at the door. Mm-hmm. I mean, and for $5, there's pizza. It's at the Sons of Italy.
And the music's always good.
There's music, yep. It's the Prison City
Rockers.
Rockers.
I think we were caged. Well, yes, we were cage dancing with them last year.
Oh, yes, there was.
I was in the cage. Yes, that's the other side. Yes,
Beth Lynch was in a cage.
I was in the cage dancing.
That was awesome.
Yes, I was. If you want to see Beth in her less angelic state, you
can
go to the Halloween party.
Yes. So, and then this is kind of neat. This is October 26th. We have Riley J's Boo and Brew 5K run. It's a kids' fun run. You can register online at Riley J's booandbrew.com. And all the benefits go to Camp, say it for me, Tiff. Say it, Camp Onsiawa. And this is a camp. It gives the kids a chance to go camping ages 8 to 16, and this is for kids with disabilities. So all the proceeds will for the kids' fun run, Riley J's Boo and Brew, will go to the camp, and we'll have Zumba there. Yours truly will be there face painting the kids.
No, when is this one?
This is October 26th. So it's a ways, but the sign-ups for the 5K, it's a 5K run for adults, and then it's a kids' fun run, so I'm not sure how long they're running for. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't think they're doing a 5K.
Mm-hmm. And it starts at Riley J's?
It starts, I believe everybody meets up, but you can go to the RileyJBoosandBrew.com to register. That's the important thing. You can get your kids in to register, and it starts at like 3 o'clock, and then there's a parade that night. I'm not sure if it's the Halloween parade.
What's the date?
It would be October 26th.
I bet it is.
It is okay. All right. So it might be the actual, the kids all dress up in their costumes later that night.
Oh, yeah.
But this starts at 3 o'clock. But I thought that's pretty neat. It's a run. There's all these 5K runs going on and whatnot. But this one is for the kids. So
all right.
That's
so check
neat.
that out on Facebook too.
Yeah. So that's it for the shout outs. I mean, anytime anybody has an event or fundraiser, like I said, give us a call. Let us know. And be more than happy to promote that.
And you usually have those listed on the Inner Lightly page too, don't you? Anything you shout out? I think,
I do. I put it out there. So very good.
Tiff, any shout outs you think you need to do from lake to lake? That shout it out.
Tomorrow we're going to be listing the celebrity chefs for Cork and Fork on Friday and Saturday. So there's
neat.
Cork and Fork is a huge event. 2 of my very good friends are actually in charge of it. And they set it up and they promote it. And that was actually, it got the Foodie Award, one of the best events from the Finger Lakes to attend. It's got this year brand new wine, beer, because we got the breweries coming up in the area, as well as some of the best paired food to go with that wine and beer. So that's one I'm really excited about that. And tickets are on sale online as well as at Wegmans. You can actually get discount tickets at Wegmans.
And when is this held? This weekend?
This Friday and Saturday.
And where is it? Like
Rodman Lot and Sons Farms over in Seneca Falls, right on Route 14.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
All
right over there.
Yeah.
Where they hold farm days.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, there's lots going on in our
area.
area.
There is a lot going on. I know that they just did a benefit for Ashley Stillwell. They did 2 recently. They finished that.
Any more coming up that you're aware of?
I do believe they do, because, I mean, she did not have health insurance with her accident, and she's still rehabilitating, but as much help as possible. Definitely needed.
All right, well, check that out. I'm sure there's a Facebook page for her, maybe.
Oh, yeah, there is. Yes. Oh, my word, yes.
Yeah,
oh, my
everyone
word,
should
yes.
go check that out and see where they can do and what they can do and things like that. And again, if you want to call in with any questions, 315-712-0104. For any more information on my classes and services, you can go to innerlightteaching.com. And again, that's innerlightteaching.com. And you can go to classes and services. I do Skype as well as phone work. Lots of new classes coming up. Now, the Inner Light Awareness is already booked. But the IIT class is coming up, Intuitive Intellectual Transformation. There's going to be a online web seminar. I don't know what you call them, teleseminar, so many words. The technical part I'm not good at. Webinar, I don't know. I'm putting it together now. It should be beginning in November. It'll probably be Monday nights. And it'll probably be like 7:30 to 9 or something. But it's going to be available. And I'm just taking you through some meditations and some, intuitive and intellectual transformation. So that's definitely a service that I do in private session as well. But I'm in smaller groups, but I am going to be putting it online, and I'm really excited about it. And there is more on the website on that. You can click on the slider, and you'll see the information, and it'll link you right to it. So anything else about classes and services, again, on the website. You can follow me on Twitter at I-Talk-to-Angels, number 2, I-Talk-to-Angels.
Is meditation tomorrow night, Wednesday?
Meditation at Inner You. Yes. Got to talk about Inner You Wellness Center, where I do my services and groups and classes, and that is 590 Preemption Road. And we also have skincare, and we have acupuncture and massage. And wait, I got a shout out for Megan on her skincare.
I do have a shout out as well.
Oh, okay. Great.
Oh, okay.
Why don't you do your shout out?
She can go ahead.
Me do mine first?
Oh, yeah, you go ahead, hon.
Reverse the hands of time.
She's going to reverse the hands on my face.
Again.
She's reversing the hand. I couldn't. I had to work, but me and her, we got this covered.
You got it covered?
We got it covered.
Let me tell you, should take you to the ozone layers and the ozone of the skin and all the good. It is a relaxing, non-invasive treatment. Totally rejuvenates the skin. One treatment, you do see the change. You get microphotoabrasion, light therapy. You get microcurrent oxygen therapy. It is amazing. She has one or do a series. She also she's still having the back to school, putting your best face forward.
Zoe and all of her friends went and got their eyebrows done and got all ready for school.
Get the waxing done.
And I do have to say, Zoe, she's been getting her eyebrows done for a while now, and she's very gentle, and she walks out of there, without a tear in her eye and no redness. So she's very good with the kids too, and she does a good eyebrow. She does a good arch. So.
Yeah. So see that, Maggie and the eyebrows.
Yeah.
She does full body waxing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look at you. Cage dancing, now waxing.
Right.
Yeah,
Jeez,
that's
Louise.
another show. We better wait till Family Hour.
Is that your
on
shout out?
one.
You're going to do cage dancing?
No.
We can have my brother-in-law's band.
Lately show, huh?
I'm calling Mark right now.
We'll make Chelsea a run for money. But definitely, you got skin conditions, acne. Megan has an amazing ability to help with that. I know I was struggling with it when I got with her like 10 years ago before I worked with her. And so she really did help me. So, I don't know, she's great. I've always said that about her. And she's got the 90-day challenge facial now. The treatments, corrective facial skin peels, LED light therapy, oxygen, and more. She is also certified in the Inner Light Teaching. So she brings to her facials that part of the experience of the cellular level and the relaxation. And your skin really does. I don't think I look 50-something, do I?
No, not even close.
What? 29. Yeah.
And holding.
Yeah. Thank you, Megan. Shout out. And Bern and her acupuncture and massage. And so there's a lot going on at Inner You.
And I want to give a shout out to Bern. I'll have to say that after I was a little nervous about needles, a lot of people are, but after the Women's Right to Rock, working that whole weekend, I would try anything, and she was very compassionate. She helped me breathe through it. I lost all my meditation skills out the door because I was so nervous, but she walked me through it, and for a first-time acupuncture visit, I walked out of there, and I was pain-free, number one, and I just can't explain it. So if you have ever been nervous about getting acupuncture, don't be. And Bern is very compassionate, like I said, and she will work with you if you are nervous. But it was wonderful. It was a great experience. Yeah.
Shout out to Bern, girls at Inner You. We believe healing begins within. We're all on board about that, and so there's lots going on. We actually just set the date for our holiday happy hour, and that will be December 6th. But I'll, as we get closer, be plugging that more. But we're going to have just lots of raffles and and all kinds of fun stuff going on. I'm sure I'll do a closing happy hour meditation. I think it's going to be like 6 to 9, but I'll have more details on that. We just set the date today. Nice. But, you need to have a holiday party. You got to have a holiday party.
Oh, yeah, always. It keeps morale up.
Yeah,
why don't you broadcast live there?
I'm in. Do I get to have a glass of wine?
You can do it.
Sure
you want.
Spirits with the spirits.
What else? Oh, shout out. Tiff, you had a shout out.
I just got an email. Safe Harbors of the Finger Lakes. Have you ever heard of it?
Yes, I actually volunteer there. Yes.
They have coming up on October 19th. It's the Shine the Light Awareness Walk.
Yes.
The domestic violence is
everybody wear purple.
Serve victims of sexual assault and domestic violence, as well as educating the community in schools in Ontario, Seneca, and Yates counties, just about interpersonal violence. So it doesn't even have to. It's just violence in general. And what draws me to this is. My girls, every year on my soccer team, we hold a benefit game for domestic violence. So we'll be doing that again. I'll talk about that when it comes up closer. But we would like as much attention and as many who can attend as possible. The girls are going to do bake sale and take donations, and all the money, every single proceed will go to domestic violence. So.
Okay. And when's this one?
October 19th.
All right. So we got another show before we hit that, right?
Yes.
For us
yes, we do. So we can re-hit it.
Lake Girls.
Yeah, it'll be on Lake to Lake. Oh, yes.
Now, this year, are they doing it during the day or at night? Because last year it was at night.
It is
Does it say?
later in the evening.
It is in the evening.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that Seneca Falls? Or?
Nope, it's right in Geneva.
Right in Geneva.
Lakefront, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, last year what we did was we all shined purple lights, because purple is the color
of violence.
Domestic
yes,
violence.
I want to do this walk.
My girls get purple shirts made up. And
Yep. I did the little purple glitter tattoos last year. But I teach meditation to the staff and to the... I guess domestic violence victims. So, yes.
Very nice.
Yes.
Yep. It's all about the power of loving who you are, and when you honor, if every woman just love and honor who they were truly inside, and we wouldn't be having violence against others. We wouldn't have violence against ourselves. We wouldn't feel a need to cry out or have to cry out to that level, because we would have already dealt with the emotions connected to it, and those are very low frequency emotions, and they're fear based. And as spiritual and as energy beings, energy has to express itself. So when you're harboring that deep within, you're going to express from that space. And, whether we're talking about, a young person screaming out for help, or, the incident we see someone just, opening fire on all innocent people, to, and so many things in between, it's all coming down to the power of who we are, and understanding who we are, loving who we are, and loving, then we can feel the love that really is there for all of us to love one another. This is, how long have we been taught this, I don't know. It's just amazing to me. But, I just feel that we shouldn't give up on this cause, and all these causes that we have are really based for helping that. Somewhere down the line, fear and anger got in there, or these things wouldn't be happening, and our immune systems wouldn't be so compromised and so vulnerable. So it's an amazing domino effect on us socially, on us personally, socially, globally, and who we are as as a species, but even in our own little living room, So Do we? You think we have any other questions coming in? It'd be nice to get another one. Come on, we want some questions.
Let's see. Let me check.
315-712-0104. We're going to check and see if.
I actually have. This is a relationship question. Yes. I have someone that is interested in going in business with someone, but they also have romantic feelings for this person, and they're not sure if they can trust. What are you feeling? Are you feeling? She wants to know if she can,
not sure if you can trust.
Wrong. Well, she's not sure if she can trust them in relationship, or if she should just stick to business.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's probably got to draw the line, or he, whatever, who's ever opposing it. But when you're crossing that line and you're going to become emotionally connected, it's kind of like once you take a relationship to the next step, it is hard to go backwards.
Right.
So money is energy, and you're going to respond emotionally to the how money is going to be handled. So it's going to come always down to your emotional connection to this person. And if you or they stay more emotionally connected than the other, and it comes time to look at each other and say, maybe it isn't going to work emotionally, but we make good business partners, or vice versa. Yeah. I'm sorry, but it's human nature not to do that very well.
Yeah. And I know a lot of people, they can be married for 50 years, but work together and be married. Oh, no. So I'm kind of feeling that too. That
it's just
probably
step back
one or the other. Step back and maybe
if you got to ask that question,
right,
your intuition is already telling you something.
There. So just
I'm glad they asked it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when you hear it from others, or you hear it more clearly, black and white, there's no gray area with that. Because human nature, once we're hurt or we're offended, it's hard to look at that person every day. Right. And, maybe in a relationship or a marriage or something, you have to work through it. But in a business partnership, you kind of, the line of you have to and do you really have to? So I don't know. I would say divine direction for that one. But I think that their intuition is already guiding them.
And even though you may not be in romantically, you could still be business partners. And you can trust them in that aspect.
And they obviously got a chemistry. Right. You have a chemistry to work with someone professionally. There's a lot of times people, it's like they say at your workplace, don't cross that line. Right. Because you still got to work together. And there's people that do it and are fine, and there's people that do it and can't work together. And so, it is all about, intuition, common sense.
Right. Well, that's what I told her, to trust her.
Human nature.
Her gut, and it doesn't mean that you can't trust them for business. They may be a great business partner.
But once you cross that line, it's probably going to be hard to cross
and then
back.
all your hearts and feelings and love, and then it's a whole nother ball game. Yeah. So,
hard line to cross.
Yeah. So, great.
So, anyways, I do. We're getting ready. We're almost done with our show, but we got our shout outs out. Remember, go to Inner Lately Facebook page and like us. Yes, we're very likable here.
Yes. What's coming up on the next episode? I think we talked about that before we came in a little bit.
Episode.
When's the date? Well, it won't be next Tuesday. It'll be
the following Tuesday.
Tuesday after. Do we have a theme?
Well, we kind of hinted towards it.
What was it? Help me out.
Love.
Love?
Love and
then love
relationships.
It is. Let's talk about love.
Yeah.
Let's talk about love.
I know. I had to correct myself.
I know what you want to talk about.
My age group went. Love and marriage. Love and
we're in a whole other generation.
Yes, together. I was giving it away.
Horse and
carriage. Oh, my God.
She was going TLC.
I was going.
That is funny.
She knows exactly what I'm talking about.
See, we're having a good time here. Please fun at the Christmas holiday party, I think. It's going to be a good holiday party December 6th. I can feel it already with the lake-to-lake girl invasion. And, but basically, again, go over to Inner Lately. Or Inner Light.
We have Inner Lately group.
Meditate tonight.
Yes.
Listen to one. Read one. You have time. Everybody goes to sleep. Everybody usually sits there thinking about everything they shouldn't be before they go to sleep. So, and meditation at Inner You tomorrow night, 7 p.m.
Lake to Lake girls also, 6
and Lake
to 7.
Lake girls are
scheduled
on
for tomorrow.
All right.
Because I had
so
a
if you're not
soccer
coming to
game.
meditation, you can listen to Lake.
Oh,
watch
I was
Lake
just
to Lake
kidding.
Girls.
6 to 7.
Six to
you're
seven.
6 to 7.
Yeah,
6
and
to
then
7.
hit you
Beth,
for
wake
7
up.
to 8.
All right,
Oh, yeah,
cool.
you're
good.
I'll even start a little late if anybody says they're on their way. Just give me a text, Tiff,
Okay.
and we'll wait for them to get there.
And
All
it's
right.
for the meditation tomorrow is for families.
Yeah, families,
children.
and it's usually $10 a person to come. But when you have a family, it's 15. I don't care if there's 2 of you or 15 of you. Bring your
Dress
blankets,
comfy.
pillows, wear your jammy pants, be comfy. It's just a real nice experience, and it helps with studying, self-esteem.
It's great, and then the kids
immunity,
can go home
so
and
many
go to
things.
bed.
We're going, and just to keep Colorado in your prayers and light,
Oh, my
send
word.
healing to the families.
Yes,
and
my
love.
brother-in-law is
They
right
need
there
our
in
strength.
Boulder. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Peace.
Thank you. That reminds me, I have a crystal for you that